right, so this is a channel that I came across recently, Big Willie, and it looks like Big Will's been up to some stuff, man. Only been around a couple months, but a lot of Schedule One focused videos, a lot of data mining videos, and then the most recent one here, I data mined the cartel update, sort of. I don't know what he's talking about, but I want to see what's in it, and data mining is one way to do it. So maybe we can get a little sneak peek here.
The cartel update drops in a week, and we know absolutely nothing about it. No trailers, not even a cryptic tweet, but I'm nosy, and I was dying to know. So I cracked open the game files to see if Tyler left us any hints. And he didn't just leave us some breadcrumbs. He left a whole buffet. Turns out, Tyler actually started working on the cartel update before Schedule 1 even launched. But somewhere along the way, all of the content got cut, or so we thought. Because hidden in the game's code are 3 full-blown quests that never made it in. And they explain a lot, like what's really up with the manor, why there's a creepy gravesite next to the barn, and what the Benzies are actually cooking.
That's cool. It's not 100% right to say that we don't know anything right now, because we definitely did a lot. And check out the other videos I put up and many others put up about all the stuff that's going on with that. I'll try to leave a card or something, do the professional thing. But yeah, but Big Will, this sounds like he got a lot of stuff. So let's keep it going. I'm interested. I didn't even really notice the grave sites. I guess it kind of like, once I figured out you can't go into the manor, I guess I kind of steered away from it after that. But sounds like there's some good stuff, so we're gonna keep it going.
Besides meth. Now these quests were never technically finished, and they were never released. So I had to Frankenstein them together from stray lines of dialogue, quest triggers, and a few suspiciously named PNG files. And since they're not technically in the game yet, we're gonna have to reenact them.
Warning: the following quests were removed from the final game. They may return in the cartel update,
This is
or
cool,
they may
man.
stay buried for good.
So let me take you back to the beginning of the game in Serena Flats. Uncle Nelson sends you on a simple errand. Pick up a package from his local contacts. Only his contacts are actually a pair of loan sharks, and they've got some bad news. Nelson's drowning in debt, and way overdue on payments. Cut to a few hours later, and the feds sweep in. Nelson's in cuffs, and you're hauling ass to Highland Point to build your new drug empire.
So did they snitch on you? Because that's what it seems like. Like, usually if you owe somebody money, at least in, the movies and TV shows, they come and get you. They take your stuff. They steal your RV to pay for the debts that you owe them. It's kind of weird that the feds show up. That's a strange little thing. Oh, I got to turn this light on.
The loan sharks forget about the debt, and the Benzies, after blowing up your RV, are never heard from again. But this isn't what Tyler had originally planned. Here's how it was supposed to go down. After successfully slipping away from the cops and making it to Highland Point, you get a call from Uncle Nelson, who has some pretty bad news. He's been nabbed before he could square his tab, and those same loan sharks, they're coming after you next. You've got days, not weeks, to clear Uncle Nelson's debt. That little favor you did for him just turned into a massive headache. Tick,
Interesting.
tock. You've only got 4 days to scrape together $1,000 before the loan shark
Make at least what that. Wait, so did he like put the code in? This is really well done. I can't tell if it's. Did he like yeah, make at least $1,000 to pay off the sharks? 4 days remaining. That'd be kind of tough too, because the garbage doesn't pay that well, and you really don't have a lot of access to dealers. I guess it could be done. It just like you would have to push. Like, you don't got a lot of time to sit around and try to work out mechanics, and you damn sure ain't going to bed at bedtime. That's for sure.
come a-knocking. So you start hustling, growing product, hunting down customers, and trying to scrounge together whatever spare cash you can get your hands on.
Hang on.
Each night, you can see the loan sharks are getting closer and closer when you go to sleep. 4, 3, 2 days until the loan sharks finally arrive.
Okay.
And on the last day, it flashes. The loan sharks are arriving tonight. You brace for the worst, only to nod off with the last ghostly message. In the midst of the night, gunshots ring out nearby.
What?
You're not the target. The rest of the night is dead quiet.
Hold up. So the rival cartel killed the I guess he's gonna reveal it, but is that the story we're going?
And the next morning, through bleary eyes, you spot the same red shitbox from Serena Flats. Only now, it's riddled with bullet holes. A crumpled note flutters on the passenger side window. You piece together the words,
"Meet me at Highland Manor."
TB. No more loan sharks.
Whoa.
No more threats. Turns out, this TB fella just saved your ass. And your next stop is Highland Manor. Right.
Maybe that's like, 'cause, the last one, the last update video thing that we saw where they're talking about an interview with Tyler, they were saying something about you could work with them or you could work against them. So maybe like this is it. It's like, hey, I took care of your problem. Now you owe me. You work for me. And then you start doing such a good job that he's like, hey, man, I know how this all started, but like you're part of the team now and stuff. And then you get to betray him, Tommy Vercetti style, and take all his shit. That could be where we're going with this. This is an interesting story. It's much more. I just created all that in my head, but if it's something like that, then it's much more developed than I thought.
After you finish reading the note, Uncle Nelson calls and you fill him in. He chuckles and admits he didn't see that coming. Well, damn, I wasn't expecting that. On the bright side, looks like we don't have to worry about all that debt. Then his tone shifts. But on the other hand, whoever took out those fellas must be some pretty serious people.
Yeah.
And judging from that note, they ain't doing it for charity.
Right.
He pauses, sounding serious. The way I see it, they know where you live and they got the means to do some damage, so you best go to that meeting. He wraps it up with a final bit of cautious optimism. Hopefully we can get this sorted out. I'll give you a call once you've talked to him, but a thought crosses your mind. What if we just ignored the cartel and skipped the meeting entirely? No sooner does the thought leave your mind than your phone starts buzzing with a text from an unknown number.
Either you missed our note or you're ignoring
Whoa.
it. For your own sake, I'll assume the former. We have business to discuss at Highland Manor ASAP.
That night, you fall asleep, only to see one last message before blacking out. In the middle of the night, the door is kicked in and you're dragged into a vehicle trunk.
What is this like? There's no way to escape this. Like you go to the manor and nothing happens, or is this like a choice that you have to make? Where like if you go to the manor, something happens, but if you don't go to the manor, they kidnap you in the middle of the night.
When you finally wake up, you're not in your bed. You're in front of the manor, staring right in the face of a man dressed in all black. When you introduce yourself, he greets you coolly.
Hello there. My name is Thomas Benzies. I was the one who helped you out with your little predicament earlier.
He studies you for a moment.
This is good.
Judging from the people that were after you, it would seem that we share a similar line of work.
Then he lays out his proposal.
So, perhaps we could make a deal that would benefit us both. Well, me mostly.
His terms are blunt.
You will provide us with 15 marijuana weekly. We will pay you, of course.
50?
Considering our generosity earlier, it seems only fair that we pay a reduced price.
He leans in, waiting for your answer.
Now have we got a deal?
But honestly, the terms of the negotiation aren't great. So you ask the question on everyone's mind. Now why would I agree to that? Big mistake.
I'm sorry, I may not have made myself clear. We will collect our payment, one way or another.
Thinking about it, 50 isn't really that much because you get 8 naturally from a plant, right? So if you give it the growth stuff, 5 or less plants, basically, that's where I'm getting at. And so it's possible, but it is kind of crazy. And then you're not going to make any money to buy, like if you need to buy new soil or you need to expand or whatever, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot of that. So 50 is not that crazy. Maybe you should up it a little bit, put the pressure on, because I feel like you could probably do it in about 3, maybe 4 days if you really stretch it out, but should be easily achievable. Maybe that's the point too. Difficulties. That would be good. Different difficulties. Yeah, interesting though. Interesting.
With the wind knocked out of your sails, all you can manage to come up with is, okay. He nods approvingly.
Excellent. You can make your deliveries here at the end of every week. You'd be wise to uphold this agreement. It would be a shame to have to resort to violence.
And this isn't an idle threat, because if you walk down towards the barn, you can find 2 freshly dug graves belonging to the loan sharks. Clearly, this is a deal you can't afford to mess up. Right after you leave the manor, you sprint to the nearest payphone and call Uncle Nelson. He sighs and responds. Oof, out of the frying pan, eh? He warns you bluntly. The RV's about as mobile as my nan, and they know that. Seems you've got no other options here. You'll have to meet their demands or suffer the consequences. Then he offers a workaround. But you should probably be able to produce more product than they're demanding, so you can continue selling to your customers and making money. Nelson lays out the escape plan. The next step will be buying a new property. Somewhere in the Benzies family won't find you. Then you'll be in a position to break off this little agreement. He ends on a hopeful note, so at least there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Keep doing what you're doing. Start saving for your first property. It's clear there's no way around it. You've got 7 days to deliver 15 OG Kush to Thomas.
15? I thought it was 50. Oh, that's like way easier. Yeah, up it to 50. What?
But if you miss the deadline, things get ugly. With 24 hours left, you receive a text.
You haven't yet made this week's delivery. There are 24 hours left.
Whoa.
Don't make this difficult.
And if you fail to uphold your end of the bargain, then when you go to bed, you're left with this. You failed to make the weekly delivery. Benzie family goons break in during the night, taking your stock and leaving you nearly dead. Suddenly, everything you had been working towards, everything you had saved up, is gone. But you're a good business partner, so you don't have to worry about all that. Right on schedule, you waltz up to the manor.
So there is different paths. So like if you do show up or you don't show up, all that kind of stuff. He just wipes your inventory though? Like, and then what? If you miss the second week, then you die or something? Like, what happens? All right, let's see. So that's what happens if you don't do it. Let's see what happens if you do it.
With your 15 OG Kush, and Thomas greets you calmly.
Ready to make this week's delivery?
Yeah.
You nod, hand over the stash, and he slides you $100. That's it. A single Benjamin. And just like that, you're locked into this lovely little arrangement. Every single week, you bring the cartel 15 OG Kush and get paid jack shit. Just to keep the cartel from Swiss cheesing your RV. Well, at least until you finally manage to get your first property. And there you have it. All 3 of the cartel quests that got cut before launch. It's wild to see what Tyler originally had planned.
Wow. That is crazy. I'll let him finish.
Let's be honest, the full cartel update is probably going to go way harder than just these quests. Whether it's full-on warfare or some twisted business partnership, I've got zero doubt this update's gonna absolutely slap. Now, Tyler already showed us a bit of what the cartel games are gonna look like. And it looks like green is gonna be the cartel's color because everyone is wearing it. Oh, and he also hinted that we'll finally be able to own the manor. And trust me, I'll be making a tutorial video for it as well, just like I did for every other property. Now, he didn't say exactly how we unlock this magnificent manor, but let's be real, that place is not going to show up in the real estate tab.
Yep.
Something tells me the only way to unlock it is to take down the cartel once and for all.
That's right. Yeah, I said the same thing when I saw the other breakdown of this. Yeah, this is really good. Big Will, you did a great job. But yeah, I said the same thing about the cartel update in general. I feel like that's going to be the only way you get the mansion is to beat out the cartel. It is interesting that he's got different paths laid out. Like if you do something or you don't do something, then X or Y thing happens. And that's great. I think that's good. Gives you a little variability in the gameplay. I wonder how far they're going to take it because the way that it seemed like he put it in that video was that if you actually do go through with it, you only have to keep up that regular payment of the 15 buds. You've only got to pay that regularly until you get your first property. And then what? Like, do you no longer have to do that deal, or does the deal expand and get more and more cumbersome? Like as you acquire properties or as you reach new milestones, they started pressing and increasing demands on you. And that would be good actually, because that right now there's really no pressure system in the game that kind of like forces you to move forward and progress and do things. Like it's really just at your own pace, kind of learning how things work. It's expanding as you can. The only thing you're really trying to do is like gain levels to unlock new areas and get new customers. I think that's also something that's supposed to be coming in the new update. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I think he's absolutely right. There's no way this misses. This is going to be great. And if the data mining stuff is accurate, and I don't see why it wouldn't be, this game's got a good future, man. And Big Will's got a good future too. This is great. Really good video by Big Will. Go check him out. Definitely going to give a sub there. Make sure I like the video. We've only got like 2 or 3 days left for the end of the month. So I feel like it's going to be late. You know, typical stoners always showing up late. but it's going to be good. So it's going to be worth the wait. That's how I feel about it. Let me know what you think.